to know. 32 teams from 6 different federations will be featuring. There are 12 venues in 11 host cities across the United States, and it will be played from June 14th through July 13th, with the final set to take place in New Jersey. And we love to give our predictions on this show. We've been doing that all week long, so why do anything different for the Club World Cup? And we're going to do predictions by group, starting out with Group A, which features Palmeiras, Porto, Ahly, and Inter Miami FC. Okay, so Nige, you're going to kick us off with your Group A predictions. What do you think is going to happen?
Why are you angry? Smile a little bit. It's the Club World Cup.
I've gone with Palmeiras to win the group. Abel Ferreira is a fantastic manager, young Portuguese manager, 46 years old. He has been a revelation since going over there, and he's changed them to be a more European style of play. Very disciplined, very defensively minded, but he does have the right spice of players and individual brilliance. I've gone for them to win the group ahead of Ahly, who are the African champions. Ahly? Yes.
Your team.
Ahly. The Egyptian champion, the most decorated team in the continent of Africa. They are the Real Madrid of Africa. So I've gone for them to go runners-up.
I think they're the most decorated club in the world.
Hold on. Are you this sounds like Nico's notes. That sounds like what you would say.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Nige knows African football. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Anyway, yes, I've gone for Palmeiras to win the group and Ahly to be runners-up.
Wow, Porto out, huh?
Great serious. I've gone for Porto. I wasn't impressed with Porto. We covered them in the Europa League.
They've been a disaster.
They're in a massive rebuild situation right now, Porto. I think, and you look at the Club World Cup in general, Nico noted this as well, South American teams take this competition very serious. They're the ones who are going to really want to be into it, and Palmeiras will be taking this competition very serious. And Brazilian teams have made 3 out of the last 5 finals. So
you have Miami finishing 3rd then? Is that how you see it?
I just had to pick the winner and the runners-up.
Okay.
I would. Miami has a good chance of finishing last in that group.
People underestimate the competition, the competitiveness of this other the world game.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to Group B, which is considered by many to be the group of death in the upcoming Club World Cup. It features Paris Saint-Germain, fresh off of that Champions League trophy. You've also got Atlético Madrid, Botafogo, and the Seattle Sounders. Yeah.
I want to be the guy that's going to say that Botafogo is going to go through, fly that South American flag. But I think PSG and Atlético Madrid, in that order, have too much quality for these two teams. Although Botafogo obviously has been very strong, not only domestically, they won the league last season, plus the Copa Libertadores, and we're so close to doing the same the year before in the Brazilian Serie A. But even though that they have you pick out a couple of players that are actually quality players over PSG and Atlético Madrid, I don't think this is the group that you're going to get that South American dark horse, although I like Botafogo.
Okay, let's see if Michael Hood's got some common sense thinking for Group C, which features Bayern Munich, Auckland City FC, Boca Juniors, Nico's team, and Benfica. What do you think, Mike?
So I just want to do a couple of these before I give my predictions, because we want to be, mindful of certain clubs who have big stature in South America. But Bayern Munich, common sense, the players that they're bringing, the quality that's there, they will be the leaders. They won this group. I think they'll win it pretty handedly. Although Benfica, they do have the quality of their own. The fact that Angel Di Maria, who's going to Rosario, him and Alvaro Carreras will be a part of the Club World Cup team. That gives them added quality, but it's beyond that. And it's between Benfica and Boca for the runners-up. And I look in the midfield.
Have you seen
the
Boca
Turks.
Recently?
Have you seen Boca recently? They come in bad form. They come in not so great form.
That's my point.
So I'm saying that Benfica will definitely get that. Although it is the Club World Cup. That Benfica will get second place.
Boca have no chance. Even Nico said it.
You disagreed with him before he even made his point. He's absolutely, and then you guys ended up agreeing because Boca, if you've seen any Boca game, I don't know what Boca plays. Yeah. They have a new coach. They're going to be debuting a new coach in that game against Benfica.
No bueno.
I would be surprised if Boca makes it out of the group.
Yeah. As it stands there on the graphic, Ali, Chelsea to win the group, Flamengo to finish second. That's it from me. I don't think there's really any too much competition in there. I think what people have to understand as well with this Club World Cup, the revamp, and it's new for us, the prize money plays a big part. Especially in European clubs and especially for clubs in England are taking it very seriously because of the PSR and the financial restrictions. So I know it's a competition Chelsea are taking seriously. all the English teams have tried to do new signings in order to be participating in this Club World Cup. Flamengo, a Brazilian powerhouse, two of the greatest players to come from there I can think to mind is Zico and the great striker of Romario. For people who don't know them, fantastic club, produce a lot of talent, and they'll be taking it very seriously too.
I do wonder how the protests between MLS and the Players Association are going to affect the teams going into this, because there hasn't been a resolution yet, has there? Or at least one that we're aware of. We need to get Tom Bogert back on and see. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting storyline to watch. All right, Group E, Nico, what are your predictions?
Yeah, this is the one where I do say the South American is going to go through, although there's only one European in the mix. So Inter is going to go through and River is going to go through. The battles between them and Monterrey, I'm going to be very honest, I don't know too much about the team based out of Saitama, Japan, in Urawa Reds, other than they've won the AFC Champions League 3 times, but they haven't really been that strong domestically. So I don't know what type of quality they're bringing, but I think it's safe to assume, or at least my hunch tells me that River is better than them, and the battle is between them and Monterrey. You know who's managing Monterrey after the fallout with Martín de Michelis? Dome Turren, the former New York City FC coach that also had a stint in Mexico afterwards. He's got a couple of guys that have had time in Europe, like Tecatito, this guy from Sevilla, the Argentine, I forget his name, Sergio Canales.
Fluminense, Borussia Dortmund.
Lucas Ocampos.
Oh.
Yeah, Lucas Ocampos.
The show couldn't have proceeded with that information.
He's only won a couple Europa League titles.
And then Mamelodi Sundowns FC. What do you think?
Well, may not come as a shock, but Dortmund are going to win. I think Dortmund are going to win handedly in this group. The fact that they add Joe Bellingham, when Serhou Guirassy is on any football pitch, you automatically get a better chance to win. And talking to people in the club, they are taking this, like you said with the English clubs, they're taking this very, very seriously. They were taking it seriously before the prize money came out. And this is the full reboot, which happened under Niko Kovac. They're going to extend that into the Club World Cup. The little wrinkle I'm going to throw in is Fluminense is not the same Flu that beat Boca in the Copa Libertadores.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
they have a new manager. They just hired Renato Gaúcho, who has experience in South American football and international football. He took Gremio to a Copa Libertadores final. Yeah. They got Jefferson Soteldo, I believe, right? Yeah.
So
they're putting together a nice little squad in.
They're putting something together, but I'm going Mamelodi Sundowns.
Wow.
To come in second place. Wow. A Mamelodi Sundowns that's going to be, you talk about the influence of money and the motivation of money. So to give you an idea of how significant this money could be, for them to just participate, it's $9.5 million.
Yeah.
Their revenue, total revenue overall, that's almost a quarter of their revenue just in being at the Club World Cup. And looking in what the players are saying and what the managers are saying, getting to that round of 16, that's like reaching the final for them. So how the schedule is set up, they will play Flu the very last group stage match. Ooh. And that is going to be a final. The pressure is going to be on Flu and Mamelodi Sundowns. When it happens, they will get second place.
They're no stranger to an upset. They beat Ahly in the Champions League, right?
They lost
season.
In the final, very recently to Pyramids. But that is my upset of the tournament.
Would you have done that? Would you have picked that?
If I would have had to study this group, I don't know.
Would you have gone with Flu?
But the eye test, I don't know. I would have had to do a little bit more studying. I would have liked to have said no. Mamelodi Sundowns is a great shot.
Yeah, there's some really good players that play on the South African national team.
The goalkeeper, right? The goalkeeper that had an amazing AFCON for South Africa. Does he not play for Mamelodi Sundowns? I believe he does.
We've got Group G, Manchester City, Wydad AC, Al Ain, and Juventus.
No, this is Manchester City and Juve are going to go through, although Al Ain, they do deserve some credit as recent Champions League winners. I mean, and they had their Moroccan goal scorer. Where else? I forgot his name. He was sensational. He scored in every single game leading up to the final. It was Hernan Crespo's Al Ain, but he's not there anymore. And Wydad, you know that their fans always bring the heat. They're awesome, but I don't think they're going to be strong enough to beat Manchester City or Juve.
All right, Nigel, bring us home. Group H, Real Madrid, Al Hilal, CF Pachuca, and FC Salzburg.
Good group, but I'm going to go with Real Madrid and Pachuca for me. I think Pachuca will be the ones that do it. Great team, 7-time Liga MX champions, and they're going to be very well up for it. Liga MX. Liga MX.
There you go.
Liga MX.
So
Ronwen Williams.
you're right.
The goalkeeper for Mamelodi
Nico-
Sundowns.
Are we going
That's a
back to
Nico-
that? It's not your
No,
group.
but that's a Nico knows. That's a Nico knows. I got to give
my
credit
God.
to my boy when credit's due.
Yes,
That's a Nico
Ali.
knows.
Those are the two that I picked from that group.
Welcome to SportLab, where global football gets dissected, debated, and sometimes destroyed. The revamped FIFA Club World Cup kicks off June 14th across 12 venues in 11 US cities, featuring 32 clubs from all 6 federations. It runs until July 13th, with the final in New Jersey. And you know how we do it here. Bold predictions, a bit of chaos, and all the football intel you didn't know you needed. Let's go group by group. Group A, Palmeiras, Porto, Ahly, Inter Miami. Predicted winner, Palmeiras. Led by manager Abel Ferreira, they play a disciplined European-style game. Brazilian clubs historically take this tournament seriously. Runner-up, Ahly. African giants, often called the Real Madrid of Africa. Most decorated club on the continent. Out, Porto and Inter Miami. Porto in rebuild mode. Inter Miami unlikely to compete with top-level South American and African sides. Group B, PSG, Atlético Madrid, Botafogo, Seattle Sounders. Predicted winner, PSG. Coming in hot off a Champions League win. Too much quality. Runner-up, Atlético Madrid. Experienced in knockout formats and built for tournament play. Out, Botafogo and Seattle. Despite Botafogo's strength in Brazil, this isn't the group for a dark horse to sneak through. Group C, Bayern Munich, Benfica, Boca Juniors, Auckland City. Predicted winner, Bayern Munich. No surprises here, top-tier talent and focus. Runner-up, Benfica. Despite Boca's prestige, recent form is shaky, and they debut a new manager mid-tournament. Out, Boca Juniors and Auckland City. Boca out of rhythm, Auckland overmatched. Group D, Chelsea, Flamengo, Kaiser Chiefs, Al Ittihad. Predicted winner, Chelsea. English clubs are taking this competition seriously due to PSR rules and prize incentives. Runner-up, Flamengo. Brazilian powerhouse with rich talent and history. Out, Kaiser Chiefs and Al Ittihad. Group E, Inter Milan, River Plate, Monterrey, Urawa Red Diamonds. Predicted winner, Inter Milan. Italian giants should coast through. Runner-up, River Plate. The real fight is with Monterrey, but River gets the edge. Out, Urawa Reds. Strong in Asia but underwhelming in domestic form lately. Group F, Borussia Dortmund, Fluminense, Mamelodi Sundowns, Al Duhail. Predicted winner, Borussia Dortmund. Strong lineup, serious mindset, and fresh off a rebuild under Kovac. Runner-up, Mamelodi Sundowns. One of the stories of the tournament. Financial motivation, domestic dominance, and a squad loaded with AFCON-level players. Out, Fluminense and Al Duhail. Flu not the same team as their Copa Libertadores win 2 years ago. Group G, Manchester City, Juventus, Al-Ahly, Wydad AC. Predicted winner, Manchester City. Treble winners. Enough said. Runner-up, Juventus. Still superior to Al-Ahly or Wydad despite Juve's recent inconsistencies. Out, Al-Ahly and Wydad. Credit to Al-Ahly for their ACL run, but not enough firepower. Group H, Real Madrid, Pachuca, Al Hilal, Red Bull Salzburg. Predicted winner, Real Madrid. The kings of tournaments. Depth, mentality, experience. Runner-up, Pachuca, 7-time Liga MX champs. Hungry, organized, and dangerous. Out, Al Hilal and Salzburg. Talented but not enough to break into the top 2. That's the SportLab breakdown of the revamped Club World Cup. Every group, every dark horse, every detail. Whether it's Bayern steamrolling, Sundowns surprising, or Pachuca powering through, we'll be here tracking every match, every upset, and every post-match meltdown. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your own picks in the comments. And remember, in football, predictions are made to be broken. Unless they're made at SportLab.